Hey guys, so today's video is going to be something new to my channel, but something that I thought would be a lot of fun. So you know how all of these beauty channels have the discussion about new releases, right? Come on, Alice, think of some channels. I know Samantha March does this, for example, where you just talk about new releases, whether you're going to buy them or not, you know, just general thoughts like that. Well, I thought, what if we look through the new releases and see if we can dupe them from our own collection. So that's going to be my goal for this video. I'm going to go over to our BFFL Trend Mood Emojis page, and we're going to see what's new and if we already have it. And before we get into this video, apologies if I'm a little blurry. I'm still figuring out this new setup, which I don't even know if I like or not. I think I do. What do you think? Do you like it? I don't know. This is genuinely where I do my makeup, so you're really getting to see what I use, which I feel like, well, that's some good transparency, but it also means I gotta be more neat. It's a good resolution though, right? All right, let's get into this video. I don't even know how long this is gonna be. We are looking at the Trend Mood page, and I'm sure I'll pop something up on the screen so you guys see what I'm looking at. Oh, let's start with this Physicians Formula new release. So Physicians Formula has collaborated with Casey Holmes, and they are bringing another one of those palettes. You remember that palette that sold out last year? Oh, I have such complicated thoughts on this, but I also kind of like it. This set has already had a decent amount of controversy associated with it because that bronzer, the deep bronzer in this collection, although it is called deep bronzer, a lot of people have pointed out that it's not going to work on deep skin tones. And it's interesting, we could have a real conversation here about why it is that it's 2019, and in particular, drugstore brands are still slacking on shade ranges. I think we've given them a lot more of a pass because we're like, oh, it's just cheap products, it's not a big deal. And why is that? Why have we done that? It's a little bizarre, don't you think? I really think that this is not anybody's, oh my gosh, I absolutely have to have this. I feel like the reason people would buy this is just the novelty of it, because you can look at it and see it's going to be an obnoxiously large-sized product. And even though I think it's priced quite fairly, you can just get the standard butter bronzer in the shade that suits you the best. For me, it's the shade bronzer. I feel like this blush looks like it, but it's a little hard to tell. This is the Wet n Wild Mellow Wine Blush. This is an ancient one. I think this is around $5. And then we've got your most standard highlighter color in all of existence, some kind of a more light champagne color. So here's Smoke and Whistles from ColourPop. The eyeshadows are cute too, but again, you know, not too many people are interested in essentially a quad. Maybe the lipstick is nice, but I've never actually tried one of their lipsticks one of their butter lipsticks to know how it's like, so I don't want to guess at it. Ooh, let's talk about this release from MAC. This is the highlight powder in Fleur Real. I wanted to mention this because the interest here and the focus seems to be around the way that brands are embossing products. Another example of this, let me scroll. I know I just saw one. Oh, here we go. Is Becca's Shimmering Skin Perfector in Year of the Pig. Is that just another re-release? I don't know. It looks exactly like the ColourPop highlighter I just pulled out. But what we're doing these days, what brands are doing, is rather than focusing on selling us a product in a way of like, you absolutely need this product, you don't have, you know, a blush that is this beautiful, you don't have a highlighter that is this beautiful on the skin, now they're selling us, oh, you don't have a blush or a highlighter that is embossed as beautifully as this one. I think it's fascinating because that's the level of marketing that we're at now, where we actually need to focus on just how a product looks more so than its utility. So I'm not going to be buying these because I already played this game. I bought the Smashbox Petal Metal highlighter. This is the one that has the rose embossed on it, and I love it. Don't get me wrong, it really is beautiful. The problem is I find myself trying to figure out how to work around it so I don't destroy the beautiful printing, and I mean, I already have. I'm not going to buy any more of these. I think that they look really fun, but I know how I react with them. I know how I'll pick this up and be like, yeah, let me use something else because I don't want to disturb this print anymore. That's sad. That's not what makeup is for. So again, those really look like beautiful products. I can completely believe that they're going to be good selling products, but I think, mark my words now, I think eventually people are going to hit a point of realizing the way that we behave with those type of products. What is this? Let's see. Beauty Blender Redo Set and Refresh Spray. I'm going to go look this one up on Sephora because apparently it's available now. Let's see what the ingredients are. Sort by new. All right, Redo Set and Refresh Spray. So this is $30 for 1.64 ounces, and it says it is a perfecting mist that illuminates, sets, and refreshes skin and makeup. Okay, so it is a setting spray. But what does it have in it? I'm just going to read the ingredients. So water, silicone, humectants, hyaluronic acid, lactobacillus ferment, radish root ferment. Okay, so I'm going to say right now, from looking at this, I do already think that it's a good formula. One thing I don't like about this, though, is that really is a very small amount. So to give you some other options, you've got the Pixie Hydrating Milky Mist with hyaluronic acid and black oak. This is $15 for 2.7 ounces, or one that I just repurchased myself. This is the e.l.f. Hydrating Coconut Mist. This retails for $6. You get 2.7 ounces in here. This has hyaluronic acid as well, so you're going to get that boost of hydration, the sudden plumping effect as it gives you your moisture and your hyaluronic acid. So honestly, this is a great product for $6. That's why I bought another one. What I personally noticed is that a lot of these more high-end products have a really, really nice sprayer to them, like this Caudalie one. Look at that fine mist. However, I'm at the point where I'm probably not going to repurchase. Well, I don't know. I love this one, but I'm not going to repurchase too many more of these really expensive ones. I'm just going to keep the bottle and refill them with the very cheap ones that I don't like the sprayer on. So keep that in mind as an option, especially if you ever get a nice product like this for Christmas or something. Hold on to that bottle. The nozzle is a lot of the magic in these types of products. Oh, I do want to talk about this Venus XL2. I feel like a lot of people were really disappointed to see this release, but I kind of understand why Lime Crime went in a more adventurous direction. I think that you can remove those greens and it does look less exciting, but I'm going to tell you this. Lime Crime does have such a phenomenal formula to their eyeshadows that this is probably going to be a very high quality palette. Now that doesn't necessarily mean that you need it, and it certainly reminds me of the color scheme of Essence's Spice Up Your Life. Honestly, looking at this side by side up against Trendmood's picture, this is very, very similar. And you know, again, I think it's that people want to get a little more adventurous with their neutral colors, but kind of stay within that wearable range. So I don't want to come hard for this Venus 2XL. I think that it's kind of what the public wants, even if not necessarily what people who already own 100 eyeshadow palettes want. You know what I'm saying? Actually, kind of related to Lime Crime, I want to talk about this Urban Decay Brow Blade. One side has the wax-like pencil formula with the precise tip, and the other end has a liquid formula with super fine tip with an ink stain. Okay, so first off, interesting that Urban Decay is getting into the brow game. I feel like ABH and Benefit own that field, but I think Urban Decay does need to do something to expand themselves. And this is exactly the kind of product that I have personally been looking for. I tried one from Revlon and it was so bad. I ordered one from Lime Crime. It didn't work. They're supposed to be sending me a replacement, although it's really been a while. Hopefully I do get to try that product type eventually, because I think this is a very good idea. You know, we already use these very fine tipped liquid products for eyeliner. Why haven't we thought to use them for brows? It seems like such a good solution for people like myself who have very pathetic little brows and would like them to look more normal, more filled in. Like we have a little more hair there, so why not draw some hair-like strokes with something that's liquid, right? It makes sense. So I'm curious about this, but I don't need to buy it because, like I just said, I already ordered one if it ever comes. What are some of these brands that Trendmood talks about? What are they? Oh, the Morphe Foundation. All right, let me set my phone down and focus on this, because this is a hot topic. So I already said in another video that I fully agree with what Makeup Struggles said about brands that small channels don't talk about. I totally agree. We don't really talk about Morphe because two reasons. One, we've probably tried Morphe products and we probably think they're just mediocre at best. And two, we also, as small channels, we get that tiny insight into what big channels deal with and like, you know, the amount of profit that they can make. So you kind of become aware and you're like, they're sitting there making hundreds of thousands of dollars promoting this mediocre brand. And we just kind of say like, I don't want anything to do with it. I think that that is an assessment of small channels in Morphe. So now Morphe's releasing a foundation range, and they were really smart about it because I don't believe there's any brand that has 60 shades yet. That's new. That's, you know, that's in that inclusivity game that Tim Talia was talking about. If you didn't see that article, Tim Talia talked about how she believes that inclusivity is going to be a new way that brands market themselves, and I think she's right. And I think a big part of it is that we've hit a point where we really want to see more equality. We're kind of tired of things not being fair. But the fact that it's Morphe, which is a brand that I don't gravitate towards, it makes it difficult to talk about. And you know, again, I think this is going to be another one of these, hope you've gone to Costco and bought a ton of popcorn because you're going to need it. So the first wave of reviews have already come out, and this has been interesting in itself because these larger influencers are kind of trying to find this balance, trying to figure out, okay, how do I keep promoting this brand, which I make, you know, hundreds of thousands of dollars off of each year? How do I promote them now that the community is kind of figuring out that Morphe's just okay? I want to make sure I maintain people trusting me and continuing to support me, so I make this money. What do I do? So the reviews are coming out and they're just kind of, I like it, but I don't like it, but I like it, but there's no commitment to these reviews. But I'm just going to tell you, I'm not interested in purchasing this. I like the idea. Again, you know, I want to support inclusivity, but I can't say that I really like Morphe as a brand, and I think it's important to differentiate that you can still be pro-equality, pro-inclusivity, and not purchase from every brand that is jumping onto that bandwagon. I guess what it is we need to not conflate actions and purchases. You know, just for example, just because somebody is buying inclusive products, they could still be not at all equal in the way they treat people in many other aspects of their life. Again, I think it's a real complicated situation. I think we're only really seeing the beginning of it, as is the way that these things go. But yeah, I'm just going to reiterate, you know, I'm not interested in it. I fully believe in inclusivity, but I'm just not going to be trying this foundation. It doesn't excite me. Morphe doesn't excite me. It just doesn't do it for me. Ooh, what is this? Murad has a new Night Fix enzyme treatment. Okay, so I'm on the Sephora site. This looks like it is $70 for an ounce, and it has 256 5-star reviews. What? This must have gone out through Influencer. A treatment that repairs skin overnight to give you the radiant, healthier-looking skin associated with a good night's sleep. All right, we're going to comb through these ingredients real fast. Here we got water, silicone, humectants, niacinamide, all right. Putting that high in the ingredients list, we got some plant ingredients, shea butter, urea. Murad and urea just seem to go hand in hand. Wait, is this it? This is it? Oh, this is a lot less exciting than I thought it was going to be. Okay, so I got myself too excited because I thought this was going to be another product similar to Good Genes, TLC Framboos, those types of night treatments. This is just an enzyme treatment, which means they're using the enzymes from fruit to give you a very gentle exfoliation. It's not going to be to the level of Good Genes or Framboos. What are they claiming here? Highlighted ingredients, chronopeptide, an anti-aging peptide, in sync the body's circadian rhythm, supports repair for renewed skin vibrancy. Do you guys want me to proofread for you? I will. But I also have to break down the fact that I hate this sentence. So they mean in sync with the body's circadian rhythm, I assume. Brands like to claim that night products have more power to them because they act like there's some kind of a magical process that happens overnight. Yeah, kind of. That magical process is called you sleep. The act of sleep itself is a little magical, but that's really where it ends. The real magic of a product sitting on your skin overnight is that you're not moving around, sweating through the day, you know, losing that product through the day. Ideally, you're laying in bed still for, you know, hopefully more than 4 hours, unless you're an insomniac like myself. But I guess it gets tricky because a lot of people do believe that there is extra magic because they see what happens when you go to bed with these creams on your face and then you wake up the next morning. It does seem like they work harder, but really it's just that you're working less hard. That's the magic. That's it. It looks fine, but I do think it looks pretty overpriced. Let me see if I'm right. Let me get these reviews here. I was gifted this product. I received this for free. Okay, I really want to be clear that I don't have any kind of problem with PR. In fact, I understand it. I understand that we can't afford to purchase every new product that comes out. However, when it comes to skincare, I need to know that people are testing it for a bare minimum of 2 weeks and really putting their thoughts into it. And that's something that, I'm more trusting of makeup PR reviews than I am of skincare, just because I've seen skincare first impressions, and it drives me batty. So I was supposed to dupe that with something from my collection, but I'm going to dupe it with a new release instead, and that's going to be something I actually am interested in. Pixie has just released something called the Overnight Glow Serum, and it is $24 for an ounce. Hey guys, it looks like a dupe for Honeymoon Glow, for Good Genes, all of those types of products. We've got in the ingredients water, glycerin, glycolic acid, aloe and cucumber, retinol palmitate, ascorbyl palmitate, lecithin. Okay, so this looks promising. I actually really want to try this. I would dupe that last product, but I would dupe it with something still expensive, and I really want to get into less expensive skincare. So this is intriguing. I like what I see here. I'm proud of Pixie for this. I'm proud of Pixie. Somebody needed to step in with something that was cheaper. Because, Pharmacy did it for, what, $68? $68 is still not cheap, though. It's not the price of Good Genes, but it's still not cheap. $24, this one's on my wish list. Alright guys, so I'm going to cut it off here for today. Let me know in the comments below if you like this type of video and want me to do more. The winner of the giveaway is Tinley H, who has already collected her prize and it's going in the mail today. Thank you guys so much for entering. That was really a fun video. Please make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out, YouTube.